Welcome back to Pro Sports Interactive, everybody. This is Purple Pride, and we're going to talk about the shoutbox that you see when you log in to PSI. So after you log in, you're greeted with this page right here that says Welcome to PSI, and has notices and chats going on. The shoutbox is basically a big chat box. You can talk to anybody that's online at that moment and leave messages for others throughout the day that might be able to see it. Now, the daytime, the shoutbox is a lot slower than at nighttime. So there are not as many people on there because most people are at work or at school or have other things that are going on. But that's why we're going to look at it right now, so we can kind of see what's going on. The way it looks is, let me zoom in here so that we can see what's going on. I'll zoom in on my browser as opposed to my camera so that it stays in focus. We go to the left here and we type in this box right here. We type in whatever we want and that will be seen by everybody. As you can see, boom, there it is. Everyone can see that I typed hello. The other thing that the shoutbox does is that it lets us start to express ourselves as an individual. If you look down here at the bottom, this line of this row right here, we are greeted with a few different things that will help us to express ourselves. Like this right here, this is the smiley, which I'm sure you're familiar with. Click on it and it'll show you all the smileys that we have to offer here at PSI. If you go to the very bottom, you will see some staff members that have their own smiley. Like, for instance, here is mine. A little Viking. Why don't you go ahead and click on that smiley and see if your sports team has a smiley already in there. Quite a few of them do. You might be surprised to find out that there is one that's in there for your team. Next to it is the BIU. This, when you're entering text, will either make your text bold, italicized, or underline the text. Next to it is this A with a color box underneath it. You click on that to change the color of your text to whatever color you want, except purple. Purple is mine, so stay away. I'm just joking. Next to that is the font type. You click on this and you can change your font to whatever you want. Right now I'm Arial Black, but I can change that to whatever one you want, and if you see, it'll change instantly to whatever you change it to. So that's just one of the ways that you can express yourself here on PSI. Underneath that is this box right here. It's called the ESPN bottom line. This tells us what's going on in sports at that exact moment. As you can see right now, it has different things on there, such as college basketball, women's college basketball, tennis, soccer. You can go through and customize that to have whatever sports and whatever scores you want. You can also hit this thing right here that looks like a lock, and it'll lock it on that sport or score so that you can keep track of that. It's really nice during football and baseball and basketball when they're all kind of going together at the same time. You can kind of see what's going on. Now let's go back up and we're going to look at the shout box. We're going to go up to a little bit here because one of the best features about the shout box, so let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more here, is that don't you hate when you're posting on a thread and you post your reply and you sit there and you have to hit the refresh button or the reload button, or you have to walk away from your computer and come back every 2 minutes to see if somebody mentioned something to you? Well, no longer do you have to do that on PSI. The shout box lets us know in real time when something happens. For instance, here it says Renz, member Renz, just a reply to the thread, new Laker Joe Smith weighs in at 7:54 this morning. So we click on that, and it will take you right to that thread, and now we can post our reply and see what they said to our reply. No more waiting, just done in an instant, and we can reply to it right away. That's a very nice feature of the shoutbox. Well, that's just the shoutbox. Next we're going to be looking into our profile. Up here in the top of the page, we're going to look on a profile, on our avatar, our signature, and even how to customize our profile page. So I encourage you to look at that video next. Thanks for coming again. And this is Purple Pride saying have a good day, and I look forward to seeing you on PSI.